truth be told, something of 2019, I forgot about it. I never thought it would be dark until this deep. So humbly, I would agree. I didn't see it. It will be interpreted that way.
Thank you. Ms. Sigelt?
Thank you, Commissioner. Chief, do you recall how much you received from Mr. Nku into your the business bank account?
Honestly, I don't recall.
Okay. And you said that your relationship with Mr. Nku started in 2019.
Yes, Commissioners.
Can I just take you back to page 78 of the bundle? So your relationship starts in 2019, and by March, you already feel comfortable enough to ask him for money and send him your business details. Do you see that where you sent the business FNB details?
Yes, Commissioners.
Okay. So that's in March, end of March. And you say you don't recall it. It was 20,000 Rand. Does that figure sound right? That it was 20,000 Rand?
If it was 20,000 Rand, I recall that I was busy at home. He was assisting.
Okay. So he gave you 20,000 Rand in March, and your relationship started earlier that year, at least 3 or maximum 3 months earlier.
I know it's 2019.
Yes.
But when exactly, I can't say. The beginning of the year or...
Yeah, I'm giving you the benefit that it started in January of 2019 to make it a bit longer. It could have been later, but my point is by March 2019, you feel comfortable enough to give this person your business details. He's comfortable enough in the relationship to give you 20,000 Rand. And this is somebody that you just met that year. That's what you're saying.
Yes, Commissioner.
And you did nothing for him to get that 20,000 Rand?
No, nothing.
Okay. And then there was another amount in May of 2019. Are you aware of that? Do you recall that?
In May.
Did you say you recall it?
No.
Okay. I'll get to it. It was May 2019, but I'll get to that one. And that was for 10,000 Rand. Can we go to page 92 again, back to page 92? I had already dealt with that where you had said to him that you're broke, you're financially embarrassed, and then there's a series of calls or attempts for you to get hold of him. And on page 93, on the 29th of April, at 8:02 a.m., he says to you, let's meet 7 p.m. I'm in a meeting with the SG. Do you know which SG he was referring to here?
No, I don't know.
Okay. And you say, where are we, I'm assuming you mean where are we going to meet? He says anywhere in the south, and that's early in the morning. You give a thumbs up and you say call after meeting then, and you don't get a response from him at 6 o'clock in the evening when you are at home. You say, I'm home waiting, and it doesn't seem like, I don't know if you called him, did you meet up with him, do you recall?
No, I don't recall, Commissioners.
Okay, you then send a message to him on the 2nd of May saying to me, I guess it is clear we leave these things. Do you recall what things you were going to leave now with him?
I don't recall, Commissioners.
Just go to the next page because it seems to involve other people as well. You say you're not communicating and my people awaits response from me that I don't know. Who are your people?
I hate to keep on saying, I don't recall, I don't know, but honestly, it can ring the bell, I don't know.
Chief Mashaba,
Chair?
it does not look like this related to several matters or several issues. This must have been one theme. That's the distinct impression I'm getting. For you to say that you've forgotten every and anything about this, let me tell you that to me, it looks like you are feigning this forgetfulness. Your comment?
It will look like, commissioners, hence I'm saying, in 2019, honestly, I don't remember what we were busy with. All I know or can recall is that I was busy fixing at home. And other than that, I know there was no other businesses or side dealings with Nku.
Are you suggesting by saying that that everything relating to these texts was about you renovating? Is that what you are suggesting?
That is the only thing that I remember I was busy with in 2019.
But it could not have related to renovating. What was this about? Your people. You've already been asked that before. And that was not about money. It was from me that I don't know. If you were talking about money, you would have said, so that I should know by when I may pay them. So this was not about money. You were involved in something else.
I'm even afraid to say I don't know again.
You
Because
do know. You do know. That is why I'm saying you are feigning this forgetfulness. You do know.
Honestly, commissioners, if I knew, I was not going to deny. I can promise you, I was not going to deny. I don't remember who or what was this all about.
Yes. Yes.
Can I just check one thing? Chief, did you travel overseas in 2019?
I've never traveled overseas.
All right, thank you.
Okay, may I continue? Okay, we're still on page 94. You then say to him, "You real not playing open and tiding me. Why don't you say what's happening, Tumza?" And then you say, "Where did I go wrong?" So clearly there must have been something that was going on between the two of you, where you feel that his lack of communication is an indication that you were doing something wrong or you went wrong or didn't bring your end of the bargain. Do you not recall?
I don't recall.
Okay. Can we go to page 95? You say to him on the 5th of May, "You must be happy that the rally is over." Surely you remember which rally?
On the
The 5th of May, 2019. You say to him, "You must be happy the rally is over," and your next message, "Distraction is now over." Do you see that?
rally,
Yes. So he must have communicated to you that he was being distracted by a rally.
I know Tumelo is an ANC person. Obviously, if he's talking the rally, maybe he's talking ANC issues.
Yeah, elections, 2019, May 2019.
And I just know that the rally is an ANC person.
Okay.
No, it's you. You are saying if he is talking rally, then he must be talking about ANC, the ANC. It's you saying this, not him. You are saying you must be happy the rally is over. So it's you talking about that. So you've basically not responded to the question by Ms.
So-
Seegers. Perhaps please repeat your question, yes.
You the one that says to him, you must be happy the rally is over. So he told you he was at the rally, so you know what rally he's referring to.
2019.
Yes, May 2019.
You even say in the very next chat, the destruction is now over. So obviously you were aware of what rally he was talking about, or rather what rally you were talking about, and which would have been distracting him.
Like I'm saying, 2019. Like I'm saying, I know if it's something to do with rallies, it's ANC things. So I can't remember 2019 what was happening or what was the rally all about, or which rally was this.
Okay. See, you then send a message on the 6th because he's not responding. Please talk to me. You're stressing me seriously. I don't want, and I think you meant unfinished businesses because you say unfinished later. And then you say, please just tell me what's happening. At least let me know. So he is a significant figure in your life at this point because nobody sends such a distressing message to somebody that's a mere acquaintance. You're either very reliant on him for finances or for something else. So what was going on?
Well, I know business will mean anything that has to do with money or finances.
Yes.
I know for the fact. But it's difficult.
Well, you have
It's really-
unfinished business with him because you say, I don't want unfinished business. So you do have business with him. So you're saying to him, please just let me know what's happening. At least let me know. If we're done, then we're done. It's not coming from his side, it's coming from you. You are the one that is reaching out to him all the time. You are the one that's desperate to make contact with him. So why? If you are giving him, so you're giving him nothing in return, but you want to know what you've done wrong. That's what you're telling us. You're saying to us, he kept giving me money and I did nothing for him in return. So why would there be anything wrong from your side? What could you do wrong if there was nothing expected from you?
Like I'm saying, Mr. Nku, what's the problem about him? It's him not answering. But then, to get his attention, I would maybe write something that might maybe make him call me fast. But that does not necessarily mean we were in any business dealing here.
No, it must mean because you're actually saying unfinished business. I don't want to have any unfinished business. So you have business with him.
It's a difficult one.
It's a difficult one because you don't want to tell us what it was, or it's a difficult one, why?
It's a difficult one because I even hate now to say I don't remember. I don't recall.
Where did you understand him to be getting his money from? The very fact that he could have given you 20,000 rand, where did you understand him to be getting his money from?
I just know him as a businessman. He is in business with Coca-Cola. Yeah, that's what I know of. What he's doing in Coca-Cola, I cannot tell.
Yes, Ms.
Thank you,
Seegers.
Chief. Okay, can we go to page 96? He then responds on page 95. You'll see on the 14th of May. He says, afternoon, Abuti. Apologies, you will understand the dynamics of everything when we meet. I couldn't respond nor meet you at the time. I'm done with my tasks. I'm just awaiting clearance. Please tell me you remember what he was referring to here. He's done with his tasks and he's awaiting clearance. Clearance for what?
I don't know, will I be safe to say what was happening in 2019? I will be asked each and every one, sentence by sentence. Honestly, 2019, I don't know what were we busy with. And I want to be honest with the commission. I don't recall.
But
Not that I'm playing with the commission.
You do remember that you were renovating that time, though?
That's the only thing that I remember.
Okay. Go to page 97. On the 21st of May, you say we must meet Tumza. Why? Why is it a must? You are the one that's reaching out to him. We must meet. Why must you meet with him?
Let me ask to go back, please, and please hold your thought on,
Yes,
on where you are. Page 96, after asking when do you meet and there's no response, then you say, that's the third chat from you, third chat. You say, Fem iwile na. Has the firm gone under? Is that a correct translation? Firm iwile na.
Yes, Femi Wilena.
That's you asking him. And then you say, Mara, why and why usabu wimfetu? So basically, if the firm has gone under, why aren't you saying anything about that? Am I interpreting this correctly?
You are interpreting it correct, Commissioner.
And I already know you will say you do not know what that was about. Or do you just surprise me and say, at least this one you do recall, and then tell me what it was about?
It frustrates. It really frustrates because I really want to.
What firm were you talking about? And what was its relevance in your chats?
It can be our friendship that I'm talking about here. Because, and I want to say to the Commission, if really something happened in 2019, I was going to quickly, rather than what I've mentioned, I was going to quickly remember.
You see, from it's March, I think the first chats you've been referred to, we are now in May. And I don't think that this is a whole lot of themes that you and Mr. Nku are engaging on. It doesn't matter that it was 2019. You couldn't have forgotten one or two themes that the two of you were engaging about. You couldn't. You are simply not being truthful in this regard. I cannot but make that suggestion to you.
Honestly speaking, Chair.
No, you are
Honestly.
not. You are not being honest, Chief Mashaba. You are not. You are not. You are adopting that stance because you know that this trail of emails brings you so close to Mr. Nku in ways that have nothing to do with what you have been telling us about, but more about your involvement in this drug bust. I take it Ms. Lisi will still, through these chats, take you to a point where that becomes even clearer. Your involvement with Mr. Nku had nothing to do with him being your informer, and that your involvement on the 9th of July 2021 had nothing to do with him being your informer. You want to comment? Of course, we are still going to go through these chats. Do you want to comment on what I've just said?
My involvement with him on the 9th had everything to do with the drug bust.
And I started, and I started by saying, surely, if from March to May you appear not to have been engaging on several or numerous themes, but at best for you, maybe 2 at the most, there is no way you would have forgotten what you were engaging on.
But honestly speaking, commissioners, 7 years ago, it's a long time for me to can easily remember what was actually happening.
You see, I would understand you. I'm actually very forgetful. But forgetful as I am, if there was only one thing that I was engaging with a particular person on, that fact, the fact of the engagement, the nature of the engagement, I would remember. What I would not remember perhaps would be blow-by-blow accounts of our interactions. That's totally different. What you are telling us is that you don't even remember the nature of those engagements. Surely you are not being truthful. You are simply not being truthful.
Commissioners, I just don't know how to put it, but I'm saying if these chats will lead us to something that will be proven to me, not that I'm in defense, something that will be proven to me that you've been denying, this is what you've been doing.
You are not
Or
even
this is what
you are
did.
not even denying thus far. All you are telling us, response after response, is I have forgotten. I have no recollection.
And I'm being honest, commissioners, I totally forgot. Until you get to exactly reminding me, okay, you've been saying you don't forget, you don't remember. I want to put it to you, this is what you've done in 2019, finally.
Yes, Mr. Gilson.
Thank you, Chair. Back to page 97. You say you don't recall why you had to meet with Tumza. You don't recall why you had to meet with Tumza. At the bottom, on the 21st of May, he says, I've just done with my meeting. I'm going to spend the day in Lutuli. Will be available anytime from 6 p.m. So, Lutuli, what is that in reference to?
Lituli's ANC house.
Okay. And then you say to him, honor it, please. So he must please honor the meeting. On the next page, page 98. Now, I want to skip a few pages and go to page 100. It's on the 22nd of May. There's a photo that he sends to you at 8:37 p.m. with the name Kensani. Do you see that?
Yes.
And then you say, get and send more details. You then also say, Hola, bring more, maybe surname and shift times so we can quickly visit. Do you recall what this was about?
Kensan.
To try and help you jot your memory, it starts at page 98, where you say, just waiting for you, Tumza. At page 98, you say, just waiting for you, Tumza. This is on the 22nd of May at 4:18 in the afternoon. And then he, at 8:37 that evening, he sends you this picture in response to you saying, waiting for you. He sends you the picture, he gives you a name, you ask for more details. You said, get and send more details. That's at page 100. And then, as Ms. Sigals has read for you, bring more, maybe say name and shift times so we can quickly visit. That's you saying. And then he says, I'm waiting. I'll get by 9:30. You do thumbs up. And then you say, Bo Peter can't wait. And then you have a laughing emoji. He apologizes for the delay and says, my guy is still at the mosque. Sorry, boss, he's working in the morning shift. If they go, it must be around 6 p.m. this evening. And then he gives you Emirates and counter number 50 to 58. He says, that's from my guy. Remember the last thing you did, you asked for details.
Yes, Commissioners.
So he gives you Emirates and a counter number, and then you say, okay, at the bottom of 101. And then you say next, Tumza at 102, and then you send a picture of the airport, the check-in counters, which 3 of them appears from the color to be Emirates. And then you write, you say, here now. So you've got that sequence. Remember you started off by saying, so we can go and visit in the morning. Shift times, give me shift times, you said, remember. So we can quickly visit. That's what you said after he sent you the picture. And then he comes back, he does give you time. He says, guy is working in the morning shift. If they got it, it must be around 6 p.m. this evening. So he's given you shift times of Kensani that you asked for. And then he gives you the details, it's Emirates, he gives you counter numbers, and then he sends you a picture. So you must know what this is about. It's not every day you and even in 2019, that you and Mr. Nku were discussing Emirates flights and counters and people who work shifts that you were going to visit. You have to remember, you must remember what this was about.
On this one, Commissioners, I remember just a little bit on this one.
All right, let's
And
try.
then it goes back to my communication with Mashiko. On this one, I now remember when you're saying to me, Kensan. On this one, Nku had a problem that somebody I can't remember if it was gold or either gold or platinum. Nku needed help. I remember now when you're talking Kensani. Nku needed help to say, do you know Hausa and these other guys? Because there is that thing, I can't remember is it gold or platinum. They stole it from the airport. I said, I don't know, but I can find out who those guys are. Because I know that name. It's in our circle of friends or something like that. I know, Nku needed assistance that, can you please get me Hausa's number so that I meet with him? I tell him what or can he assist to recover that thing that belongs to somebody that Nku knows. That's when I got to look for Hausa and the other 2 guys. It's only now that we're talking Kensan that I remember. That is the reason why I met Mashiko.